everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Uncle Guy's Guidance. I'm Uncle Guy, and I'm here to give you all the guidance that you might need as you head out into the great outdoors. You know, there may come a time or two in your life where you do something that's not right. Like the time when I brought my pet pig Hamster out to dinner with me. I sure love her. The rules clearly stated no pets allowed, but I did it anyways. You should have seen that waiter's face. He was absolutely speechless when old Hamster ordered some baked beans to eat. They're her favorite. I owed that waiter a big apology because what I did was wrong and I knew I needed to ask for forgiveness. So listen up, here's what you need to know, okay? I can ask for forgiveness when I'm wrong. You know, asking for forgiveness ain't always easy though. There was this fella in the Bible who asked his pappy for his portion of the family's money. And once he had his share, boy, he packed up his things and he hit the open road. That young fella, he traveled to another country where all they did all day long was party, 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 and spin, spin, spin. Now look here, this party boy, he had an older brother that was back at home working hard. He was pulling weeds and trimming bushes all day long. Like a good old boy, he was working real hard for his pappy. Now while his older brother was working, the young fella here, he had spent all his money and he couldn't even afford to party anymore. In fact, he couldn't afford to eat. It was time for him to get a real job. He found one all right, feeding pigs like a good old Hamster. The young fella, he missed his family something terrible. He decided that he was eventually going to pack his things up and head back home. He was pretty scared to go home because he knew that he had done wrong and that he needed to tell his pappy a big I'm sorry. When his pappy saw his boy coming down the driveway, man, he ran down there and gave him a big old bear hug. Pappy wasn't mad at him at all. He was tore up from the floor up with happy emotions. Happy, happy, happy. Pappy never thought that he'd see his little boy again, and then he was back home where he belonged. That young fella sure did mess up, and he had to ask his pappy for forgiveness. And wouldn't you know it, not only did pappy forgive his son, well, he went back home and they threw a party to celebrate his return. Woo-hoo! I bet that was some old shindig. You know, that young fella knew what he did was wrong when he was disrespectful to his pappy and spent his portion of the family's money. And I knew that I was wrong when I had took Hamster out to dinner. We both knew that we needed to say that we were sorry. So no matter what, whether you're being mean or didn't follow the rules or maybe you lost something, you gotta remember to ask for forgiveness. Look here, y'all have fun out there in the wild and don't forget about Uncle Guy's guidance. I can ask for forgiveness when I'm wrong.